So here we are in Vieques. We're going to try to see if this is a hidden paradise or
Overrated.
overrated. We were here once before.
We didn't have the best experience. We ran into several issues when we were here before. Nothing like serious, just people weren't super friendly. We had trouble getting a rental vehicle, trouble finding things. The beach that we had read about was supposed to be wonderful, was not. So we decided to give it a second chance. Not going to take one bad experience and let it shape our entire view. So we're here to find out, was that first experience accurate, or are the things we saw online accurate?
We're going to be here for several days. We've got a beautiful Airbnb. We are beachfront, as you can tell. And we're going to be taking a look at some of the beaches, some of the food. We rented a couple of Jeeps so we can get in and out of some of the nice places. And we're just going to see the overall culture of the place instead of just a quick experience, which might have just been a bad day. So Vieques is 8 miles off the coast of Puerto Rico. So from 1940 till about 2003, this was a Navy base. Since the military left, everybody here just wants to live a nice, tranquil life. So it's very laid back, it's very chill.
Very little corporatization. There's not like a lot of chains.
There's a Subway. That's the only chain I've seen. I think a Domino's.
There's not like any big resorts.
Yeah, it's all locally owned, locally operated.
For the most part, things seem to operate pretty good, but I think some stuff is kind of on island time, so.
Not a huge government presence. Seems like 2 police officers in Jeeps. They have a post office, and I'm sure they have some kind of government building, but no big roads, no traffic lights. I don't think I've seen a single traffic light.
As far as the roads, some of the roads aren't in great condition. Nothing's not passable, but some of them do have potholes. They're kind of narrow. You probably want someone who's comfortable driving. A lot of places are pretty narrow. Sometimes you have to like stop and let somebody pass. There's not room for 2 cars to pass because there's somebody parked on the street, so you've got to kind of stop, let traffic go one way or the other, and then you go. Parking is pretty tight, and it seems like most places don't really have parking lots.
On-street parking without on-street parking spot, and the horses have the right of way.
Horses, which we really enjoy seeing the horses. They just roam freely. They're in the roads. They're in people's yards. They're on the beaches. They're everywhere. Compared to like other parts of Puerto Rico, I don't feel like we've seen as many chickens, but there's definitely a lot of chickens.
Beach chicken.
Beach chicken is the way to be a chicken. Big hermit crabs. Most hermit crabs that I've seen, like, you know, this big. These are like this big, bigger than a baseball. Lots of lizards. We've seen quite a few lizards. We've only seen a couple of iguanas, which makes me sad because I think they're adorable and I would like to see more iguanas.
Hi, iguana. You're pretty.
Now let's talk about the beaches.
Playa Navio, which if you're down here, try to go at low tide. And I think, yeah, I've got some video. There's like this cave you can go in, and you're looking out at the Caribbean. You can see part of Vieques. It's beautiful. Sunday, so the first time we were here, we went to Sunday, and it was okay. The water was kind of murky, a lot of seaweed.
It's a nice laid back, quiet, very calm. Almost this entire beach to ourselves.
Today it was pretty clear. There wasn't a whole lot of seaweed on the beach, so it was much more enjoyable. Nice sand, but there's a lot of rock and shells, so just, yeah.
Water shoes. Always bring water shoes to the Caribbean.
So some of the other beaches we went to were Sea Glass Beach, which was slightly disappointing, but still kind of cool.
That is sea glass. It looks like regular glass, but it's rounded off.
Green Beach, we saw some starfish, stingrays, cool fish. By far the best snorkeling experience I've ever had. So we also made a trip to the famous Black Beach. If you didn't know, is caused from eroded volcanic materials such as lava.
Oh, it's so soft.
The sand is super hot and it's really like kinetic, it's magnetic. This was by far one of the most unique beaches we have ever been to, and I'm really excited that I got to experience it. This little beach is called French Toast Beach. We're not quite sure why. But the cool thing about this one is at low tide, there is a land bridge that connects this part of the beach with another part. So it's kind of like walking across into another island.
Just want to give you a couple of thoughts of where I stand on the whole is this paradise. There's some things that are kind of rough to learn, like driving is it takes some getting used to. The beaches are maybe not all as serene and picturesque as they should be because of the sargassum, seaweed stuff that's plaguing every Caribbean island right now. So yeah, they're not perfect white sand beaches, but the waters are warm. There's no trash everywhere. These beaches are beautiful. But the food and the people, it's all been great. To me, this is a hidden paradise. I could come back here all the time. Now, that being said, I know a lot of people couldn't. They would need more of a selection of food, more restaurants. They need more resort-style vacations. So this might not be for everyone. But people who like me, who like the bare minimum and just enjoy the beauty of the island itself and enjoy the culture of this tiny, beautiful, unincorporated, lush place, then this is paradise. To me, that's the difference between a traveler and a tourist is I want to live more like a local. I want to experience the local culture. I don't want to be just in their space, in their way, using their resources. Like I want to be immersed. And if you're more of a tourist, that is fine. That is an option. But this island would not be for you. So that is my take on the whole situation. So to me, final verdict, this is a hidden paradise. And then when Ashley gets up, we're going to ask her.
I'll start with what I really liked about Vieques. I liked the small island feeling. I like that there's not a bunch of chain restaurants or chain hotels. It doesn't feel like corporate America has taken over there. I really enjoyed seeing all the animals, the iguanas, the horses and chickens and cats and pigs. There were some really great beaches. Black Beach was incredible. That was the first time we've ever seen black sand and I loved it. Sun Bay or Sol Bahia is a nice beach. We met some really friendly people in the restaurants and the shops and just in general around the island. So what I didn't like about Vieques, the first time we went to Puerto Rico, I fell in love with the island. The food, the culture, the people, the music, I just loved everything. Vieques to me was lacking some of that Puerto Rican feeling. The island was beautiful, but we didn't find some of the Puerto Rican foods that we had loved on the main island. We didn't experience as much of what we found throughout the rest of Puerto Rico that made it special for me. So that being said, I think Vieques is a great destination. I think there's a lot to do there and a lot to see. The bioluminescent bay is absolutely magnificent. Everyone should see that at some point in their life. So in conclusion, Vieques is a really awesome place to take a vacation. I wouldn't say it's overrated. I think there are some really amazing things and people are not wrong promoting those things. But for me, I still wouldn't call it paradise.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate the support. If you want to check out any of our other videos on Puerto Rico or the Caribbean or anywhere else that we've been, go ahead and click on those recommended videos. And as always, I hope you have a beautiful day.